Hello and welcome to week 6 of the Life in Quarantine podcast. My name is Nick.
I'm Ian.
And we're joined by Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
Everyone gets to see your pretty face. Not just hear your pretty voice.
I didn't think about that. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Plot thickens.
How they know who I am.
Yep, uh-huh.
Hey, Mandy, all anyone's going to think is, wow, Nick got really lucky.
Thumbs up for Nick.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, I figured we haven't had Mandy on the show since the beginning of the year. So I think the last time you were on, Mandy, was what the New Year's Eve episode.
That sounds
Yeah.
Yeah. But so yeah, Mandy kind of enjoy. We're going to talk a little. So it's been like the last couple episodes have been really music heavy. So we figured we'd do another music episode. Why not? We're all big music fans. We've gone lots of concerts over the years. So we're going to be talking about some of our favorite concerts we've gone to, and then some concerts we'd like to go to, and then stuff that I would love to go see if I could go back in time. So
a lot of those.
But Mandy, how's since I'm sure Ian probably hasn't talked to you at all, how have you been holding up with the whole quarantine thing since you've been home with the kids stuck inside for 6 weeks?
Teaching my 3 kids plus teaching my classroom kids, and holding down the house it's a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately Mandy hasn't had a whole lot of help at home because I've been working my normal schedule and I still have school and
you're there.
but I'm really here though, because normally I'm down here in my office most of the time.
Well, thank goodness for small blessings.
Whatever, Ian, go to hell.
Oh, hey. You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, so there's so many great tours that were coming to Michigan this year. So this year was going to be like the year of tours. I mean, it was like everyone under the sun that was on tour was going to be coming to Michigan this year. And then, now most, if not everything, has been postponed or canceled because the pandemic that we're in the midst of. So yeah, I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about, that kind of interesting things and concerts and something non-COVID related, because I know Mandy is tired of me talking about freaking COVID all the damn time.
I'm just tired of hearing about it, period.
Yeah, but you figure it touches, especially with me and Ian, we're constantly living in this COVID world.
Yeah.
Because we deal with it all the time at work, and then obviously I'm dealing with it with school and everything else too. So
I call it the plague zone.
The plague zone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, we are in the plague zone. So
yeah,
a lot of the day.
Real quick though, before we kind of talk about all that stuff, about concerts and so before we started recording, I was at the store and went there to go get a drink, and I took Reese with me. And we walk into the store, and so in Michigan, they've got the stay-at-home order and all that stuff, and there's an order in place where anyone that's out in public has to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
So there is me, Reese, and probably at least 6 or 8 other patrons in the store, in the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everyone that's working there was wearing masks. Reese and I both had masks on, but not a single person in this damn place other than them had it on. And it's just, I don't know. I understand that people are kind of frustrated and kind of overall the stay at home and all that stuff, but you still got to do your part.
Right.
Even if you think to yourself, hey, I'm healthy, you can be asymptomatic and have this damn thing and pass it along to everyone else you come in contact
40
with.
other people, they say.
Yeah.
Every one person spreads it to 40 other people.
Yeah.
So I was at Meijer yesterday, and I would say 50% of the people were wearing masks, but the other 50% were not.
I know at Costco now, if you don't have a mask on, they won't let you inside.
Oh, that's good. I mean, there's question as to the efficacy of what the masks are, but it's better to err on the side of caution anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The the issue I ran into at Costco, and Mandy was tired of me bitching and complaining about it when we were there, was that you know, so everyone had masks on, but apparently everyone thinks just because you have a mask on, you don't have to stand, 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Like, so, I remember like Mandy had gone up to use the bathroom and I had gone back to go look for something in like the freezer section. And so I'm like walking down the aisle, and here's this like she was like an older lady, she's probably in her mid-60s, is standing there looking in the freezer door, and this other guy comes up literally like almost shoulder to shoulder with her, looking at the one right next to her. And I'm like, okay, you guys both have your masks on, but get the fuck away from each other. Wait till the other person is gone
Right.
before you walk up there. Have some damn common sense. Just because you're wearing a mask on doesn't mean you can stand right next to people.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is with these homemade masks, with bandanas and things like that, they aren't going to block out everything. Not like obviously a surgical mask isn't going to do a better job at filtering everything out. An N95 is going to filter out everything as long as you wear it properly. That's the other thing. I've seen people wearing N95s with a freaking beard. And I'm like, well, it's doing nothing for you, buddy. That's obviously doing something for you, but it's not doing it's not working the way it's intended to work.
Right.
I don't know, I'll get off my COVID soapbox there for
preachy. Don't you know you are taking away the rights of our patriots, Nick?
Is that what it is?
You are squashing their individual rights to do with their bodies as they wish. And ironically, the same patriots are probably pro-lifers.
I don't see how anyone that was in. I don't see how anyone that was in the protest in Lansing a couple of weeks back could call themselves pro-life. But whatever.
Well, I would say the vast majority of them are, but based on
pro-life,
right? Pro their life.
Yeah, with my air quotes.
Right. Pro-life when it comes to controlling women's bodies, but not so much when it comes to actually controlling their own.
Yeah. And what's up with the whole Bill Gates thing? Did you see? People were holding signs. I think it was Bill Gates. They were holding up signs with like Bill Gates' face on it at the rally a couple weeks back. But I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. I'm sure someone's got a beef with him. Someone's got a beef with everybody, except Mandy. Mandy doesn't have a beef with anybody.
Yes, she does.
That man.
No, I'm like above you, Mandy.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I'm above you to this.
On my screen.
Right. As I say, at some point or another, we know who you're talking about.
Yeah, this bastard right here. That's who it is.
Well, see, now you're pointing to me.
I am pointing to you, Ian.
Oh, you didn't have a problem with me.
I don't know. She was the one that made me kick you out.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but
we were having a baby.
you were having a baby.
Yeah, I know, but Mandy was like, but she came to me and she's like, I need you to go talk to Ian. I was like, I don't want to fucking talk to Ian.
Nobody
She
wants
said,
to
well, you have to. You have to ask him to leave. I was like, damn it. Okay.
I was ready for it. I knew it was coming.
I know you did.
You didn't have anywhere else to put the kid.
No. I couldn't stuff him back inside.
No, probably not. Not your offspring.
No.
No.
Hey, Jack was the smallest of the three, though. He was only 9'5" when he was born.
Yeah, and now he's as tall as you.
Yeah, almost taller.
I think I've got an inch on him still. He'll be taller than me though.
Yeah,
He's probably about 6'1", 215 right now.
Try pushing that out,
He's a
Mandy.
big boy. 10-10 was enough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, Sean
That
was
was
10'10".
Wow. Yeah, you keep posting little pictures of all them when they were little. So funny seeing them now and looking
So
at them.
cute.
They're so tiny.
Yeah, now they're just rotten little bastards.
They're your
No,
children.
they're not.
I'd say they
They're
turned
not.
out pretty well considering they're your offspring.
They definitely are my kids, that's for sure. Hey, we were talking about Blink-182 last episode. I got my Blink-182 shirt on.
Yeah.
For anyone that's watching us on YouTube.
Yeah. I keep my bedroom very cold because I like it cold. So
Is that where you're at? I thought you had your studio set up in another room.
no, I got stuff in my bedroom.
Oh.
So eventually I'll probably move it because I want to move my TV around and stuff.
Yeah.
But right now it's in here. If
Mandy
it's not in here, I probably won't do anything outside of our podcast, like I want
Yeah.
to, because I'm like, I have to go to the other room. At least right now,
Mandy-
I can just move my computer.
Mandy's all holed up in Sean's room right now. So
Yeah. Is that just to prevent like background noise?
Piranha.
piranhas. Well, the kids are
Yeah.
out there watching TV and
Yeah. But I meant like, why couldn't she just be in the basement with you?
oh, she probably. I thought there'd be like an echo
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
because we couldn't like both be on the same computer. That'd be,
Right.
I guess we could, but it'd be kind of awkward.
Well, they wouldn't be 6 feet apart.
Well, we don't have to be 6 feet apart, dumbass.
Yeah. No, I
Well,
don't know. You're probably more contagious than anybody as far as
Probably.
that goes.
Why is that?
Because you work in the
You're
plague
dealing
zone
with
too.
it.
I know I'm in the plague zone more than probably a lot of the people I work with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
I was
we're
at check-in for 8 hours last night. So
we get shit handed to us all the time, and we don't know if it's been in those rooms or whatever.
that kind of stuff doesn't really bother me because the shit doesn't soak through your skin. Just as long as you're, and I'm like, Mandy can attest to this. I'm like a fucking freak when it comes to hand sanitizer now.
Right. Well, and I wash my hands constantly, and I got some hand sanitizer too.
I wash my hands and then I hand sanitize.
Yeah.
So
I try
like,
to. I try to do that, but
so, well, definitely when I'm at work, I do.
yeah. Well, it's so hard to like certain spots you can't just get up and go wash your hands. All you have is hand sanitizer. But when I'm at home, I probably wash my hands more now at home than I used to. But
Yeah, I've got my little bottle of hand sanitizer I carry with me everywhere I go.
Real quick, one of our coworkers brought in a bottle of hand sanitizer. She bought it at a truck stop the other day.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she talked to you about it.
She did.
Did you smell it?
No, because she said she couldn't bring it to work because she said it smelled like straight vodka.
Yeah. Okay. So they said tequila vodka. So we were talking about it, and it was like, well, maybe
Tequila has more of a distinct smell, I think, though.
Yeah, vodka's doesn't really have a smell though.
Yeah, it does.
Eh.
I feel like vodka's a more of a straight alcohol smell than tequila does.
Okay, maybe, but it's still not a hand sanitizer, not a isopropyl alcohol smell.
No. It was made with. She said it was made with ethanol.
Yeah. So, and that's what it says in the bottle. So
you can drink that shit.
Right. Well, I smelled it and I thought the same thing. It smelled like drinking.
People drink this shit too, and you shouldn't do that either.
Right. But anyway, so I was at the grocery store the other day, just still a mom and pop grocery store by my house, and they had bottles of hand sanitizer. First of all, it was weird because it's in a spray bottle.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
That's what I put in my car because I usually use disinfectant wipes in my car because I can wipe down my steering wheel and everything.
Yeah.
And they're running low, and there's no way I'm gonna be able to find any at the store. So I bought those 2 bottles for backup, and I sprayed it on my hands. I'm smelling it. It smells just like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's the key. Maybe the alcoholics had it right all along.
Now they can just drink the hand sanitizer and get drunk.
Right. Well, they're going to have to because all the real alcohol is going into our hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Speaking of alcohol, I was reading a post a couple of days ago, and someone was, went on this big long tangent about how liquor stores are still open. You can still buy liquor, but you can't do this and you can't do that. And I guess people don't really realize that, for the alcoholics that we deal with on a daily basis at work, I'm talking about people that have a legitimate, it's a compulsion for them.
Right.
They can have like severe medical issues going through withdrawal.
Absolutely.
So that's why liquor stores are open, so we don't have this influx of, alcoholics going through withdrawal, filling up the emergency department. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Well, not only that, but I mean, every liquor store has its choice. It can close if it wants to. I mean, they don't have to stay open.
Yeah. Well, they're going to stay open, but
right. Well, no, actually, there's a party store over by me that closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's kind of kitty corner across the street from Red Rooster.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
That one closed. So.
Huh. Well, but I'm sure a vast majority of states. But anyway, that's why there's like a medical reason why they're not ordering liquor stores closed.
Right.
Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I really do. I just don't know if It's hard to explain it to somebody who doesn't understand.
Oh yeah, I understand. I get it. But anyway, let's get on to our topic.
Right.
Mandy, what was the first concert you ever went to?
New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, what year was that roughly? Was that the
Probably
was
like
that the
93, 92, 91.
Really?
Maybe not that late.
well
but
Hangin' Tough was what 88?
89,
Was it
80, yeah. So it
89?
was probably 89 or 90 because it was
Okay.
there with Dino and the Cover Girls.
Okay,
Wow.
that's funny.
We
What
were in the
about-
very last row.
You're
Audio's a little crackly.
yeah, you got some bad audio there. My internet
I can-
isn't exactly the best upstairs.
All right, I'll try moving.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. You can just shut off, and then we'll let you back in.
Yeah, I'll let you back in.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
You
bad
can't
about
walk with me?
Oh, we could.
Oh, we could.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Ian? Was yours tall? Was that the first
Yep.
concert?
November 27th, 1987.
That's oddly specific. How do you remember that date?
I remember the date of almost every one of my concerts I've ever been to.
Yeah, that's a nice shot at
Almost.
Sean's fan.
Where am I supposed to go?
I don't know. You can try going to. You can come downstairs and go to Jack's room, or
Okay, unless he's in there.
you can go sit. You can come downstairs
Too
and sit
late,
by
I'm coming down the stairs.
Everyone's getting a nice shot of my my staircase there.
Yeah, kind of dark though, so you can't really see it too much.
Yeah, it almost gives you like a
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch, that's what I was thinking.
Then I gotta start sneezing, crying, and getting a little snot dripping from your nose.
Jack's in there.
That's fine. You
Can I
sit-
trade you, Jack? No, because it echoes.
Mm.
Can I use your room? Thank you.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
I'm on video right now, just so you know.
Hey, I saw Jack.
They can hear you.
I know.
They're recording to the whole world.
and
Okay.
The whole world,
The whole world is seeing Jack's room.
or the 15 people who watch the video anyway.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
The video is definitely
He
better.
was happy.
It is, yeah. You're better now.
You're still a little delayed though, I think, but
Yeah,
Let me
no,
just log out again.
you
No,
can try
you're-
logging out and log back in.
but-
All right, keep going.
all right, we're gonna keep going.
Okay.
Anywho, yeah, it was like I said, I remember dates real easily. There's a few concerts I don't remember the exact dates. Specifically, like the 2 Warped Tours I went to. I don't remember the exact dates of those.
Yeah.
Um,
Here comes Mandy.
and I don't remember the exact date of a Rusted Root concert I went to,
No.
or like bands I've seen at like bars and stuff. I don't remember that stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of
but
course.
some of the bigger things. Plus, it was my first concert. You know, I was 9 years old, and you know, you're excited about that kind of stuff. You know?
Oh yeah. I get it. I think mine is definitely not as exciting as either one of yours.
It's okay though. I mean,
So the
I know
first
what it
concert.
is.
Now, granted, Mandy, you know the first concert was I went to. Okay. It wasn't my choice, obviously. I was like 7 or 8 years old, I want to say.
Mhm.
But it was like the mid 80s, and my parents took me and my brother to go see Neil Diamond. And I want to say, no, maybe I was like 9 or 10. I was still pretty damn young. But I just remember it was like he had this like incredible light show, like laser show to start the show. And and then like the second song in, I fell asleep. So I didn't even and I like woke up at the end and I was like, hey, I made it through the concert.
Wow.
Well, we know where your son gets it from.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Sean, when he fell asleep at the MXPX concert.
Oh
sitting
yeah.
around,
And we were like at the front, we were like in the pit at MXPX.
right by the speaker.
Yeah, right by the speaker, and he fell asleep on the floor.
That's hilarious. It's
Yeah.
also very unhygienic.
You know, that was pre-COVID, so we weren't worried about any of that stuff then.
Yeah, there was still weird shit going around. So, and your son has all of it now.
Yeah, probably. But then I didn't go to another concert until I think it was until I was out of high school. Like the summer after I graduated high school, I went and saw. So it was like summer of '97. I went with Dan Myers and a couple other friends, and we went and saw Aerosmith play.
You're wrong.
Why is that?
In
Oh,
November
I saw
18th, 1995, you saw Tall
we
with
saw
Me.
Jethro Tull. Yeah.
And
Okay.
August 12th of 1997, you saw Tall with Me.
Well, yeah. No, I saw Aerosmith before we went and saw Tull the second time.
Okay. But not the first time. That was
Not the first time.
95.
I did forget about that one.
Yeah.
I had that on my list here, but
Yeah,
what's that? We did have, yeah, because we bought. I don't even where. So that was at the Fox that we saw them,
yeah.
and we bought tickets. I don't remember where the seats were originally.
No,
but
we didn't have tickets. My dad's brother-in-law said he had tickets or was going to get us tickets.
No. We did get tickets, and we were supposed to go. We went to the box office to pick them up because they were will call, and we got out to will call, and they were like, "Hey, we can move your seats. We have seats available."
When we got there, we had no tickets. No tickets. Because George fell through
sure
because he
about
always
that?
does. Yes. 100%. And we bought tickets. We just asked them what they had. Because remember we had to buy 4 and there's only 3 of us. So
okay, that is right. Okay.
But because we bought them at the box office an hour before the show started, we got 4 rows from the pit.
Yeah, so I don't know how the hell. I mean, I don't even know how those seats were even open.
Right. Because when the Fox Theater was remodeled or renovated, they anyone who donated money, they have the first, like, the pit and like the first 5 rows
priority seating.
Right. They're held for those people who might want them. We just got lucky and nobody wanted those seats.
That's cool. Worked out for us.
We were only 1 row behind the radio station set of seats.
Yeah.
WCSX, because Steve Costan was like kind of right in front of us he actually had shittier seats than we did, actually. He was ahead of us because he was kind of off to the side, and he was a dick, but he kept getting up to go get beer. It's like, why are you even here? You're not even watching the show.
Because he wasn't there for the concert.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't. What were some other shows you've been to, Mandy?
I saw the Temptations and the Four Tops at Pine Knob. And I also saw Enrique Iglesias at Pine Knob, Smash Mouth, Rascal Flatts, Kenny Chesney, and Keith Urban. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
Obviously in sync a dozen times in many different states.
Yeah, because you saw
I used to travel.
Yeah, you guys went to Florida to see him. You went to what? St. Louis to see him too.
Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
On the other side of the state too. We went
Grand Rapids.
98 Degrees. Yep. Panic at the Disco. That was one of the best concerts I've ever been at.
Panic
and then
at the Disco
last one. It's amazing how one man can put on such a show like that. I mean, he has his band there, but they're standing there with their instruments. Yeah. He was amazing.
Brendan Urie is the show, basically.
Yes. Yep. And the very last concert I went to was the other NKOTB with oh God, who was there with them? Oh, Tiffany, Debbie Gibson, Naughty by Nature.
Right, Salt and Pepper was there.
Mm-hmm. That was like the best.
Yeah.
Because we were on the floor and I was on the end seat and I got to touch everybody's hands and that was amazing.
She got to touch the old kids on the block, the elderly kids on the block.
Right.
They're not that much older than us.
They are that much older than us.
What, the late 40s?
Really.
They're late 40s.
They're late 40s.
Yeah, that's that much older.
That's 10 years, Mandy.
We're early 40s. It's 40.
Well, Mandy's 39. So they're a solid 10 years older than Mandy.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That's not old right now.
That only matters if you're like 24 and she's 14. That's when it matters.
Why'd you have to go 14, Ian? That's
because just 10 years.
10 years.
I know, but
I'm just saying.
You can say 24 to 34. You didn't have to make it like you're a flipping pedophile.
Because at 34 and 24, that's not bad. That's not bad. Hopefully 42 and 24 isn't so bad either.
18 and 28.
Okay. But see, no, even that, I mean, it's still legal. It's not, there's no, not really a stigma about that. I mean, there could be, but not really. You know.
What about you, Ian?
Well, I've seen Tull 15 times.
Have you really?
In various states, yep. I've seen him in Indiana twice. I've seen him in Chicago twice. Saw him in Toledo twice. And the rest of the times I've seen him here in Detroit. Well, Detroit-ish, because I've seen him at the Fox Theater a few times. I saw him at the Detroit Opera House. Pine Knobs, which is DTE now.
Yeah.
We still call it Pine Knob, but
Yeah.
I've seen him there a couple
It'll
times.
always be Pine Knob.
And I've seen him at Meadowbrook, which is called something new too now.
Actually, last year was the first time I've been to Meadowbrook. It's actually pretty nice.
It
nice
is.
place.
I think
it's just like DTE, but it's a smaller venue.
Smaller, but I think it's nicer too. The sound system's better, and it's really more isolated in the woods, kind of than it is. And I think that really kind of creates kind of an acoustic boundary, which is nicer, maybe.
Yeah, I was there. I saw Flogging Molly and Social Distortion there with Corey last year.
Yeah, that would have been a good show to see.
Yeah.
So, did you get this message real quick?
Yeah.
It says unlimited.
Yep.
Thank you. I just clicked love it. Thanks.
How'd you get upgraded?
I don't know.
It's because of me.
Because I'm the fucking man. That's why.
No, it's got to be Mandy. She's the only outlier. We're here. They see our ugly mugs all the time.
Whoa.
Now we've added.
They see this ugly mug. This right here. It's like a thing of beauty. Right, Mandy?
Yep.
Mandy, you don't have to agree with him just because you're married to him.
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
I'm like a fine wine. I get better with age. But I think MXPX is the only band I won't say only. It's the band I've seen the most. But I've only seen them 4 times.
Right.
Because Mandy and I saw them in Detroit. Good Charlotte opened up for them before Good Charlotte was anybody.
Was good.
Heard of. We went to Indianapolis and saw them open for The Offspring. That's what it was. And then last year we saw them in Chicago, and then we saw them in 2001 or 2000. We went to, I think it was 2000. We went to Warped Tour, right?
99 and 2000, but Mandy came with us in 2000.
Well, MXPX wasn't there in 99.
You're right. Yeah. They. I'm sorry. Yeah, you were talking about MXPX.
Yeah. So
we got autographs that year too.
Yeah, which I still have mine.
Yeah, he was reluctantly handing out. He didn't seem terribly excited.
Yeah. Mike Herrera didn't seem very happy. It was hot. It was a hot freaking day.
It was hot.
Although it was hotter in 99. Although
we had gone to Cedar Point the day before. I thought we were having a fucking heat stroke.
I think we did. Not stroke, but we both were suffering from severe sun poisoning.
Heat exhaustion.
Yeah, because I went home. By the time I think we even left a little early, because I got home at 7:30, 8 o'clock, because it's an all-day thing.
Yeah.
And I slept until the middle of the next day.
And I kind of kicked myself in the ass for leaving when we did, because we left. That was 99, and we left right before Eminem came on stage. Damn it.
I'm not terribly butthurt about it, but
it would be nice to see him, because now I'll never get to see him. But
I could have at least said I saw him, Yeah. But now
Was 99? Was that the year that? That was the year that we were watching Spring Heel Jack. Spring Heel Jack was on stage, and I kicked myself in the ass for this too, because I never got to see Blink-182 as the original lineup, and because Blink-182 was on the main stage. And we were walking around, and as they took the stage, Spring Heel Jack came on one of the smaller stages. So we were standing there watching Spring Heel Jack play, and of course they're getting shit-faced drunk while they're playing.
No, they weren't. They weren't drinking. They were drinking water.
No, the lead singer I guarantee you was drinking beer. I know he was drinking beer
because he even made a point.
He even made a comment about it.
Yeah, he said, "We usually drink, but it's so fucking hot." They were drinking. They started playing this. They started mocking Blink-182, playing the same song that Blink-182 was playing while they were on stage. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, we were there with probably 6 other people in front of their stage, maybe.
Oh, it was more than that. It was a small crowd.
Everyone went straight up to the main stage.
Yeah.
And Blink.
That was also the year that Slimer was there too, right? Yeah. Which that was great. Which I just found out that Slimer is this little punk band from California that no one ever heard of, and they put on a really good show.
Yeah, they were good. They were really good.
And then and I just found out recently that they released a CD before that one, because that was because I bought Adult Cabaret was what they were touring with then. They actually released the CD before that too, but I've got it on my want list on Discogs. I'm just waiting for it to pop up someday.
Didn't you buy that at the show?
I did buy it this show.
Yeah.
You can buy Adult Cabaret on Discogs.
Oh, yeah, on vinyl or just on CD?
No, on CD. On CD. It's not on vinyl.
That's unfortunate.
But it's funny in the liner notes for Adult Cabaret, Slimer apologizes for sounding so much like Blink-182.
Well, and it was probably accidental. It's just kind of like, in the late '60s when all those blues bands were coming up, several of them probably sounded the same.
Oh, there's always been bands like that.
Yeah, unintentionally, but it just happens. It was just that was the sound that was popular. And
yeah.
Out.
So
really, you could argue that Blink should have apologized to Green Day for sounding a lot like Green Day at some
to
point.
a certain extent. But that year for Warped Tour, it was Punk Rock Summer Camp was was kind of the thing they were going with that year. So,
which is funny because then MXPX played the next year, Green Day played the next year.
Do you remember, Mandy? Do you remember Green Day playing?
Yes.
Why?
I had to leave.
She was so mad.
Smashing his guitar, and I was pissed.
Yeah, they set the drums on fire. Green Day put on a hell of a show.
Yeah,
which I had the opportunity to see Green Day in '95. I think it was '95.
That would have been a good time to see him too.
Yeah, and I didn't go. It was the Green Day and the Offspring, and a bunch of my friends in high school all went. And I don't know why, but for some reason I did not go to the show.
I don't know. Your loss.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I did end up getting to see both of those bands, but
yeah, and we're gonna see Green Day, so hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
in October or in August. I mean,
August
at Little Caesar Arena.
No, it's not. It's at Comerica Park.
Oh, I thought it was Little Caesar.
Nope, it's at the Copa.
What's the other concert that you're going to?
My Chemical Romance in September.
Yeah.
I'm not going to that one.
What shows were you looking forward to this year, Mandy?
I don't really think I had any.
No, I know you wanted somebody to go to Justin Bieber with you.
Oh yeah. Thanks. You didn't have to do that.
If it wasn't on my weekend of work, I would go to that concert for sure. Look,
I think it'll be good.
If I was deaf, I'd go.
Justin Bieber he makes some good music. I liked his most recent album is a really good album. His album before that was a hell of an album, and from what I've seen, clips and stuff online, he puts on a really good show. So I'd definitely go see him.
Didn't he get all whiny and walk off stage once?
That was a long fucking time ago, man.
I was just asking. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he was like a 16-year-old kid. I mean, we've all done some really stupid shit when we were in our teens.
How old is he now?
He's in his 20s now. I mean, he hasn't been in any kind of trouble or anything like that in a long time.
Okay, I don't like his music, but
he does a lot of TikTok videos.
That he does.
Thankfully, I haven't come across any.
Ian has recently found TikTok, as we talked about in our last episode.
Yes, I'm very new to it, and damn you for letting me into it.
It's a time sucker.
It really is. Yes. Yeah. If you got things to do or need to sleep, do not open up TikTok.
No.
Yeah.
What's that stupid song, Mandy? Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. It's a bunch of the videos.
It's all over TikTok. Yeah.
I usually skip over the dancey ones because I don't.
Those are the best.
Sometimes they're really good.
Yeah.
And sometimes the women are barely dressed.
Well, I usually stop.
I cover up Mandy's face as I say that.
Yeah, I'll stop.
I'm looking at the men.
It's funny. I stop when the animals are dancing. When they're like cats dancing.
I've never seen cats dancing.
Well, it's usually somebody
I haven't
holding them,
either.
but they're dancing to some song or something. Or they'll put the sticky tape on the cat's paws and the cat will.
Those are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but
those are hilarious.
There's a couple that I've watched where they've done that, and then they play music in the background, and the cat's like dancing.
There's one I saw where a guy put aluminum foil across his like counter.
There's a lot of those too.
And the cat jumps up and like lands on the aluminum foil, and I swear to God, the damn thing almost hits the ceiling.
It's like it hit electricity. Yeah.
It's like, you little bastard.
Great.
That's funny. Yeah, so TikTok has invaded my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Probably made me dumber, but it's enjoyable.
I never laughed as hard as I do with those.
There's some funny shit on there.
Absolutely
funny shit.
I think Mandy, I got you kind of watching it too, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So TikTok owes you money.
Yeah.
Right.
Why? Why are
I'm
they
sure.
Because I'm constantly trying to get them to do a video with me, or I go in their bedroom and do the dances, and then they just get pissed and tell me to go away.
I saw the video you put on there of Sean.
Uh-huh.
Hey, that's a long.
It wasn't a video; it was just a still.
Yeah.
I know he had a long drink.
Yeah, long drink. You were frozen in with your cup up in the air.
Sorry.
That's all right. I was talking to Mandy. I wasn't even paying attention until I was like,
I could hear everything.
Out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, your audio never cut out. It just the video kind of froze up for a second. But it was like out of the corner of my eye. I was like, damn, it's a really long fucking drink.
Yeah, it's soda. Just for the record, I'm not drinking heavily.
Okay. Got my frozen lemon or frozen Mountain Dew. So
I got my Pepsi left. Oh, by the way, Mandy, so the first time that you do a Zoom video with multiple people, when you go, if for people that are listening to this, if you go on Zoom and you do a Zoom call, if you only have 2 people, it's unlimited. You can talk forever. I think it's a 24-hour max. But if you have more than 2 people, it's a 40-minute limit. The first time you use it, they'll upgrade you to a free account for that one call. Because the first time we did this for my online nursing class, they did the same thing. So it's just
this is unlimited. Then the next one will not be.
The next one will not be correct. I'd have to pay $15 for the next one.
That's stupid.
Well, it's $15. It's $15 a month, is what it is. But
that's even worse.
I don't.
Because it's free if it's just 2 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if Mandy was on every episode, it'd be worth it, I guess. But she's not. So, and we can always just do a break in between.
Yeah, because that was the idea. Was I was gonna, once we get to the end of it, I was gonna just take a break and we just splice the video and splice the audio together and just kind of move on.
Which is super easy to do. I don't know about the audio, but
the audio is really easy too.
So
what else? What are some other concerts you went to, Mandy? I feel like it's been me and Ian talking most of the time, so I'm trying to get you involved.
That's okay. A lot of mine aren't like actual concerts. They're like fairs that we used to go to. So I've seen Randy Travis at the fair, Conway Twitty, George Jones Jr., the Oak Ridge Boys. Who else have I seen it? We saw Flo Rida, but he was just the halftime show at the Pistons thing. But
we went to Pistons. Who did Jack? Well, Jack went with us, didn't he? So we went to we took Jack to a Pistons game. Yeah, it was Jack was there.
Maybe it was.
A couple years ago, and Flo Rida was the halftime show, and we didn't know anything about it till he came out.
I know.
Didn't you see Uncle Cracker too, Mandy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw Uncle Cracker, Matchbox 20, Soul Asylum,
Len. You saw Len.
I saw Len. Yeah, it was the 95.5 birthday bash or something. I don't remember what it was called.
Didn't you say they were like drunk off their ass and could barely play?
Oh my gosh, it was horrible. It was horrible.
That's unfortunate.
Put a bad taste. Yeah.
I would like to see.
Guy. I don't.
I would love to see Soul Asylum. I mean, that's okay, but I would Soul Asylum. That'd be on my list. One of my bands I'd like to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I've seen Travis Tritt, a couple Christian bands too. We went and saw Hillsong. Nick and I did, and then
that was a fantastic show.
Yeah.
I was really surprised how good of a show they put on.
I was cranky because I asked for nachos and you got me pizza, so
Yeah.
it ruined it for me.
The spirit.
But yeah,
wasn't
Jack
with
and I
you
went
that
to the Dove Awards when we were in Nashville, so we got to see a lot of people at that one.
Oh
That was
yeah,
a good
that's
one.
cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough to see Beastie Boys in '99, so that was and they put
That's
on a
cool.
great show. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, I'm pretty sure it was on my birthday too, because it was me and Jeremiah. I like on a whim. He was like, "Hey, you want to go see Beastie Boys tomorrow with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So we had
That would be
it
that would be a
was
good
at the
show.
Palace. Oh, it was a great show. They put on
Yeah.
a hell of a show, and it was the stage. We had pretty decent seats. The stage was in the middle of the floor
Mm-hmm.
at the Palace. So
Those are always fun.
yeah, it is. It
Unless
was
you're behind the
Oh,
stage.
what?
I forgot a big one.
Uh-oh.
Faith Hill and Tim McGraw. Duh. I forgot about that one.
Oh yeah,
As
that's
soon as you
right.
said the middle stage, I remember Sarah and I were right there on the
Yep.
floor with them.
Yeah. And then when I don't remember when it might have been I might have still been in high school actually, but one of Scott's friends, my brother Scott, took me to go see Pantera, which, like, the only thing I remember from the show, because obviously it was like there was so much pot in the damn place, you get a
Contact us.
contact high just standing there, but like they played Planet Caravan, and that was like, it was probably, I mean, the concert overall wasn't all that spectacular, but that one performance was probably one of the best song performances I've seen at any concert that I've ever been to. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, their version of that song is pretty good.
Yeah, but they had like they dimmed all the lights in the Palace, and they had like blue lights on the stage. It was pretty sweet. But I remember like walking out of the Palace after the concert, and there's like people walking out, and they're like their faces are covered in blood, and like they're just beating the shit out of each other on the floor. I was like, come on.
Uh-huh.
How do you even enjoy that?
Some people do.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Some people do.
Dolly Parton sang once when I was at Dollywood.
Did you really?
Remember that too? Yeah.
That counts.
I don't know how we got lucky that day. But
Dolly Parton's probably one of the few country artists I wouldn't mind seeing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just because
I've been to the Grand Ole Opry a ton of times, but I can't remember.
I didn't really count.
I don't remember who else I've seen.
Yeah, we went several times when we lived in Tennessee.
You went with us?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know I went at least twice. But I just remembered another one too that I went and saw. It was me, Corey, I think Austin went, and Dan, and we went and saw Less Than Jake play at Clutch Cargo's in Detroit. That was a really good show too.
I remember that place.
Yep.
I think I remember
so
when you went to
confusing.
that. I was working that night, or that day, or whatever. I had to work that day or something like that.
Yeah.
But I remember because that would have actually been a good show to see too.
Yeah, it was a great show. I don't really remember a whole lot from it.
Right. Well, yeah, you wouldn't that time, considering who you were with.
Yeah. I think there was a lot of
well,
there was a lot of marijuana before that show.
Say, back in that day, you know how to the audience, you know how smokers can smoke about a pack of cigarettes a day. Dan smoked about that much weed a day.
Oh yeah, I mean
easy.
They grew it, and he always had a whole shit.
Yeah, he was always.
There was about 10 years where I didn't pay for it. I think I paid for pot like twice in my life.
Right.
All the rest of the time, it was like, yeah, I get it.
I can remember riding the bus with him, and he would just come on, and he's like, and he'd just sit there and laugh, and I'm like, what the hell is this dude laughing at?
Yep, that was Dan. Good old Dan.
He's just chill in his chair.
But I went with Jeremiah and saw not Less Than Jake, but Real Big Fish. That was a really great show. And we were like down in the pit for it. I mean, I was at one of those. God, where the hell did we go see? It was out towards Detroit. It wasn't Clutch Cargo's, but it was one of those like halls out there. But I don't remember the name of it. But obviously, it was one of the bigger ones. But
right.
I remember we were standing in line. Right, there's like before the show, we had to stay in line to get in, and there's like this guy walking down the line, and obviously you could tell he wasn't somebody that was going to a Real Big Fish concert. It was way too, overly dressed. and he's walking on the line. He's like, "Hey, anybody got some pot? I want some acid. Anybody got some acid?" We're like, "Dude, you're obviously a fucking cop. Get the hell out of here. No one's gonna buy it. No one's gonna sell you anything."
Excuse me, sir. Do you have any of the cannabis?
Yes. Like, excuse me, do you have any of that mescaline on you? I would like some mescaline.
Might as well just stand up in the audience and say, "Drug dealers, hello."
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
Show
won't
your face.
you, I promise.
What about some concerts that you'd love to go see?
There are a lot of them.
Garth Brooks. He is
Yeah.
Maine.
Yeah, I would love to see Garth Brooks, but man, his tickets are so freaking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Counting Crows. I will see Counting Crows. There's no question. I am going to see them live.
Do they
at some
tour a
point.
lot?
Every year, except this year. So, but yeah, they're on tour every year, pretty much. I think they might, like, some years will be like a shorter tour, but overall, I think they tour every year. They just don't come to Michigan every year.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
So, but I definitely want to see Counting Crows. I go back and forth. I would like to see Ozzy just before he dies.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
As I say, that's looking less and less likely. However, what keeps me away from the Ozzy shows is his audience. There are just some audiences you just know are bad audiences, and I think an Ozzy show would be
A bad one, yeah.
a
I would
bad
kind
show.
of agree.
I've seen Alice Cooper, but I saw him when he was with Motley Crue. I'd like to go see Alice Cooper when it's just Alice Cooper, and he puts on his full blown show. So that's on my agenda too. I would like to see Alice again like that. So, plus have better seats because that was at DT and I was at lawn seats. I want to be a little closer to the action. So,
I'd like to see NoFX. I think that'd be a good show.
Yeah, I could go for that too.
And there's a couple of shows like Logic. I'd love to see Logic, but I'll probably never get to see him. Or Kendrick Lamar. That'd be a good show. It'd be a grain of salt and a pepper shaker.
I'd like to see Drake. Jack can take me to Drake.
Yeah, I'm not a big Drake fan.
I love him.
She loves him.
Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, did Taylor Swift open for them? Because now I'm thinking she did.
She might have.
That's when her song, I think, because he invited her to go on tour because of her Tim McGraw song.
Yeah.
So I think I've seen Taylor Swift, so I can knock that off my bucket list too.
Yeah,
I'll have to ask Sarah because I can't remember.
Yes, but Nick, how you want to see her isn't. You don't buy tickets for that kind of show.
It's a little different, man. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Can she be on my list, Mandy?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
What, your
as long
celebrity?
As I get to keep Joey.
That's fine.
Celebrity pass.
But I kind of look like Joey though.
Uh-oh, you're cutting out for me.
He's fine.
Did you hear me?
Can you hear her?
Are you there, man?
What is happening?
Why? What are you talking about?
She can't. I don't think she can hear us.
Connection. I can hear you, sort of.
Well, we see you and we hear you.
Oh
so
God, you guys are all like frozen and like talking like. Whoa.
Mandy's been to a concert with Dan.
That's funny.
You're there now.
Okay.
I said at least I look like Joey Fatone. So.
Yeah, he's still got a full head of hair.
There.
I can't. Well, whatever.
He'll never have his hair. I don't think you. Well, you had hair at one point, but no way.
Whatever.
Uh-oh.
What's up? Did you freeze up, Mandy?
You guys are frozen again.
Well, I see you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
No one's
Maybe
frozen.
I should go.
You guys are all fine.
Yeah. When we brought up the show, this episode, this topic, my mind went to, because you said shows in the past, and my mind went to basically a lot of what I've seen Tull 15 times, but I would have loved to have seen Tull back in the heyday. Thick as a Brick tour. I think would have been fantastic.
Yeah,
But
it would
also,
have
I
been.
would have liked to have seen Alice Cooper and Ozzy and Zeppelin. Zeppelin's another one that you will never be able to see. I would love to see Zeppelin. Pink Floyd in their heyday.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have a specific tour or show that you would want to see them? I don't know if we lost Mandy or not. She's completely
I think.
frozen.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she's gone.
I know what's going on. There's she.
Yeah,
she's gone.
She'll come back.
Maybe. Mandy, are you there?
Did she give up?
Did you give up?
Yeah, it wasn't working. You guys were like frozen and like talking with robots. I'm just gonna come say goodbye.
Hey. Bye, Mandy. It was great having you on the show.
Now.
Huh?
I'm gonna go upstairs, check on the kids.
Okay.
She doesn't like us. She's leaving us.
You did get burned today.
I did.
She doesn't like us. She's leaving
That's
us.
all right. But yeah, I was talking to somebody at work a couple of days ago, and they said that their dad saw Pink Floyd on the Dark Side of the Moon tour, which that was really sweet to see.
Yeah.
But some other ones I'd love to see now. Hum. I don't know if they still tour or not. But I'd love to see them. Thank you, Mandy.
Yeah.
Maybe we try again some other time when our internet connection's better. But Greta Van Fleet, whenever next time they come in tour, I'd love to see them.
I would like to see them too.
Pearl Jam, I'd love to see Pearl Jam.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of artists that I really would like to see that are still around. So there's still opportunities. There's still possibilities for Pearl Jam's definitely high on the list.
Dropkick Murphys. I know Corey's seen Dropkick Murphys a couple of times. I watched them. They did a live stream of their concert on St. Patrick's Day. That was really cool. So I got to watch that.
I don't know if you knew this. I meant to tell you. It's been a few weeks now, but they just released a single. It's on Spotify. It's a new song.
Oh yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Dropkick Murphys. I think I'd like to see Flogging Molly a little bit more. I like them better.
They put on a really good show.
Yeah,
Flogging Molly put on a good show.
I have all their. I don't have anything. I've only got one of their vinyls, but I've got all their
vinyl.
What'd I say?
You said vinyls.
Whatever. Fuck it. I've got all their music digital, but I don't have. I only have the one album on vinyl.
Yes, that's vinyl is the plural of vinyl, Ian.
Yeah, fuck. I don't give a shit. Is that what our show should be? Grammar correction.
I could do a whole show like that, man.
You'll do it alone.
But yeah, I'd like to see Pink Floyd. Dark anytime like post Dark Side of the Moon. Definitely like either that or like the Animals tour. In the Flesh was the tour after Animals, but that'd be kind of sweet to see. Obviously, I'd love to see Blink, but I would love to see Blink like 2003, 2004. In that time span when the original lineup was together. The Doors, I would love to see the Doors at any point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Tall, I would love to see them either like on either the stand-up tour or the Minstrel and the Gallery tour. Either one of those have been great to see.
With the stand-up tour, you could have killed two birds with one stone because they were actually the opening act for Zeppelin then.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Actually, I didn't have Zeppelin on my list. That was a good one, though. That was a good one to see. The Beatles, early to mid 60s Beatles, I would love to see. I'm not a big fan of their like later 60s stuff. I mean,
yeah, I like their whole catalog, but there's a distinct difference between the two eras of the band.
I almost bought they've got a vinyl box set I almost bought because it's normally $500 and I found it for $300 and I was like,
oh wow.
It's like it's the stereo remastered of their entire catalog. So I almost grabbed it.
$300 is actually a really good price.
I know, but $300 is a lot to come off of for some records. It's a lot of. I know. It's a lot of vinyl.
It is a lot of vinyl.
I would love to see. I'd like to see Angels and Airwaves. I've been really getting into them lately, and I've always kind of shit on their music until I actually like start listening to some of it. And I Empire, which is their second album, is a fantastic album.
Yeah, you were telling me about that, how it's you didn't really give it a shot before.
Yeah. I would love to see Guns N' Roses on the Use Your Illusion tour. I know
Yeah.
I
Well,
know they still tour, but that's not the same.
Well, no, it never would be.
No, Axl's voice is not even close to what it
Well,
was.
he's
Obviously, I know
he's approached with 60, damn near 60 now.
he's definitely up there.
Or at least late 50s. And let's face it, he is rock and roll as his voice is. He doesn't sing the way that you do if you want to preserve your voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, his voice is obviously going to be shot. There's no question about it. That's okay.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I would still go see him now. I just not for a lot of money, but
no, they're not cheap right now. That's for sure.
No, but they're also not touring now either.
I thought they were on tour. They were on tour last year, I think, weren't they?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. I would love to see Smashing Pumpkins on the Melancholy and Infinite Sadness tour.
Absolutely.
Or Queen. Would love to see Queen really anytime.
Yeah, I agree. I've been on a Smashing Pumpkins kick lately.
They got a lot of great music.
I listened to Gish because I don't know if I've ever really listened to Gish all the way through.
Fantastic album.
I finally listened to it all the way through. Yeah, it is. That's from beginning to end. But I've actually listened to some of their later stuff, and actually there's some really good stuff going on there.
Is there?
Yeah. I'll talk to you more about it after because I don't remember the names of the albums, but there's some good stuff on there. I'm kind of surprised I didn't give them more of a chance after post Melancholy.
I think it's kind of I don't think I did either. I just kind of fell out of that kind of genre of music, I guess maybe. But I had moved on to like more punk and things like that at that point in the late 90s.
Ska.
Late 90s, early 2000s, punk and ska for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Marvin Gaye, man. That's another one for that obviously you're never gonna see.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. Back in the heyday, back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Coltrane would have been something great to see.
Some of those old artists, old like jazz artists, and even some of the old blues artists. A couple of them that never played in anything bigger than a fucking Roadhouse,
Yeah.
But before they died,
that
would be so. If I had a time machine, that would be on my list. I'd want to go back. I would go back in time to like 1935, 36, and see to a little bar that I knew that Robert Johnson was playing in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I'd be allowed in because
probably not.
Segregation was huge, but and I'm sure if I don't know how it worked on the other side of things, but I still would love to have seen Robert Johnson.
Another one that you'll never see, obviously, is Nirvana. I mean,
right.
Would love to see them on tour. Or
some ways, I mean, we can at least appreciate because there are live videos of them.
Yeah,
the Unplugged show, which is obviously a great performance.
Absolutely.
The original Alice in Chains is another example because I'm not going to see that.
Lane Staley.
Yeah. There's a lot of bands. I wouldn't even mind seeing if I could go back in time. I wouldn't even mind seeing Blind Melon once.
Blind Melon,
yeah, just to say that I did because
their first album was really good. It was a really good.
It was, yeah.
Another one that really would have been really cool to be at was, it was the Misfits on October 29th, 1983 at the Greystone Hall in Detroit. And it would be the last Misfits performance for 33 years. Yep. That was the last performance for 33 years with Glenn Danzig.
Yeah.
Yep. It was actually at that show, like at the end of it, that Glenn Danzig was like, you know what? He announced on the stage that this is the last one. We're done.
Wonder why that was.
I don't know. There's a lot of tension in the band. Obviously, the Misfits weren't all that. I mean, they were definitely underground. They didn't really become popular until years after the band broke up.
Well, they had a cult following, but that's really not.
I mean, yes and no. They got more popularity once Metallica got big, and they started where they wore Misfits and memorabilia and things, shirts and things like that, and that's when the Misfits kind of picked up popularity.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been cool to be at that show, that last show.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Well, the last show for any artist that we know is never, never came back and did stuff, even if it wasn't even a good performance, but the last, like you said, the last Queen show or the last Led Zeppelin show, just going back and seeing those shows, if we could say theoretically had a time machine, go back and see those shows knowing that it's the last time we're going to see these.
I don't know.
This is
I don't know if
the last moment in time.
I don't know if I would have wanted to see the last Queen show. Just because of Freddie's health and things like that.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
If I had an opportunity to see Queen, it would have been like,
75,
84, 83, 84,
84,
somewhere in there.
Well, when was Live Aid? That was 85.
Yeah. I think the Works came out in 84. That was a really good album. But
yeah. Just to, yeah, I mean, it's Queen, they have their place. They earn their place in rock and roll history. No question. So, but yeah, there's actually a lot of shows I would love to have seen that we'll never be able to see.
No.
And I guess in retrospect, if say like the artist was still alive, I wouldn't even think about it. But, what I would like to see, here's one that is possible but not likely, and I understand why. It has nothing to do with band members, but I would like to see Genesis live, but the original
lineup.
Which, I mean, it is, even the latter days was the original lineup. It just wasn't with Peter Gabriel or John Lord. John Lord's dead now, so that's not going to happen. But a Peter Gabriel reunion with Genesis would be fantastic. The problem is the catalog of music they have to play with Peter Gabriel is a little smaller than the catalog they have without him.
Oh, without
him,
him,
tough. It would be tough to get him to sing songs that he didn't write.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I read that in an article that's why they haven't done it, because it's just the catalog so it'd be so difficult to pick a set list.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't know. It's I mean, Pink Floyd's kind of along the same lines. I mean, you could obviously Richard Wright's dead, so you really it wouldn't necessarily be the same, but it'd be different not having. I mean, obviously Richard Wright was like the kind of like the soul of the band, the soul of the music. But I think it would be a bigger loss not having Roger Waters or David Gilmour there than Richard Wright.
At least on a visual level, for sure.
Just on a musical level. I mean, I think he was a great musician, Richard Wright was, but I think it's easier to fill his shoes on music that's already been recorded and played than it is because I mean, if you go back and listen to any Roger Waters live stuff when he does Pink Floyd songs, the guitarist that he has with them does a decent job, but it's obviously not David Gilmour,
Right. Yeah, I get it. I get that for sure.
And it's the same thing. The same thing with Roger Waters. Even though, you could fill in Roger Waters' bass lines pretty easy, but Roger Waters has a very distinct voice. So on his songs that he actually sang on, it's hard to have somebody else do those parts.
Yeah, David Gilmour does have or did you say Roger Waters?
I said Roger Waters.
Yeah. David Gilmour has a very unique voice, but he also, I can see him not being able to pull off a good Roger Waters necessarily.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't even try. There's other singers he has with him that normally do those parts.
Singers, yeah. That makes sense. But either way, there's quite a bit of stuff. Honestly, there's so many bands that if you said today, do you want to go see them? I'd be like, sure. Yeah, it sounds great. There's a lot of bands I wouldn't want to see.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ozzy, I go back and forth because I know I would like to see Ozzy, but I just, based on how I perceive the Last Sabbath tour to go, it's a lot of crossover. I just don't. I've got 5 live albums of Ozzy's to listen to. There's 2 or 3 live videos. I won't be disappointed if I don't ever get to see Ozzy, but it would be nice to see him. You know.
It'd be cool to see him, but yeah, it's first off the show. I'm sure those tickets are be really expensive, and then secondly, I don't really know how well the show would be. You know,
well, his health was pretty rough when he did that Post Malone show, or what is it, the Grammys? Was it the Grammys?
Yeah, I think it's was. Yeah,
it's one of those. And he did the performance of Post Malone. He was on form, at least vocally. He couldn't move around the stage like he used to, but
yeah,
you know what 70-year-old can.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, but yeah, I don't know. It's like as far as Tull goes, having seen them so many times, I've seen some good shows. I've seen some lesser shows, but I think seeing him in 72 would have been really awesome. The Thick as a Brick show. 75 too. I agree with you on 75. 69, not so much. I've seen video of them. Musically, they're okay, but they're not firing on the cylinders that I think they were come
later. Obviously, that
live performance wise.
Yeah, that only makes sense.
So, but the peak 72 to say 80, 72 to 79. That lineup just. You saw them live, you were blown away no matter what.
Yeah. So. But I mean, there's tons of videos on Ian's favorite site, YouTube, that you can go on and watch a lot of those live shows from back in the day. And
in fact, that's a lot of what I do. If there's an artist that I like or an artist I've heard about that I didn't know anything about, it's YouTube or Spotify I go to. And usually I go to Spotify first because I have it on my phone. But when I'm at home, I'll look shit up on YouTube, see what they, what kind of energy they have, what kind of creativity they have on stage. I like to see the live performances.
Yeah. Because
there are plenty of bands that can do anything in the studio, but a good band can do a great show.
Mm-hmm.
That's really where it counts. And I think the vast majority of the artists that we like and that we've seen and would like to see, most of them have been around for years because they put on a good show. They know how to
absolutely.
They know how to play their instruments properly on stage and for better or worse, because no night is perfect. They keep you going.
Yeah. So. But I don't know, I mean, that's all I kind of had.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments what bands you'd like to see live.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, put it down there.
Give us what is it, Ian? Give us a
thumbs up, like us, subscribe, and then hit the notification tab so that you can be notified every time we put up an episode.
There you go. And if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at contact@lifeandjournalpodcast.com. Check us out on Twitter @LIGPod. We're on Facebook, Podbean, Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Find us on Spotify. Watch us on YouTube. We're just about everywhere else, man. Right?
Yep, everywhere. And I'm going to say this because you always end with peace, and the last few times I went like this. Should have been like this to second your piece. Any of our UK,
that's like hippie 60s piece though, man.
Yeah, but our UK in the UK when you do this, you're telling them you're saying up yours.
Well, that's okay. Up yours, Ian.
You can say it to me. I don't want to say it to any potential fans we may have in the UK. Because I think both of us are Anglophiles.
Yes.
We really dig the UK. So if we want to have fans,
that's where my family's from. So.
Yeah, a lot of my family is too. So I don't want to piss anyone off in our potentially. I always said if I was going to live in another country.
Listen to Ian worrying about pissing people off. That's kind of
only the British. Only the British. Oh, everyone else can fuck themselves. How's that?
That's great.
Yeah.
But that's all I got, man.
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, until next time.
Talk to y'all later.
Peace.
Play my role, let me tell you about it. This shit right here, man, I'm about it. Only real niggas reside around me. Yo, old lady, drop a guard around me. Dip like I know you can, bitch. Show me the ropes like we in the ring. Got you two cobras, you wanna hang. Shoulder to shoulder, the niggas basic. You know I won't lie. You know that I ain't for that fuck shit. You niggas alright, but I'm way better and she love it. Know that y'all sick as fuck. Here go this tissue, bro. We taking the dub, hoping you get you some. This hit like a pick me up. She taking my drugs. Know they see the sign. That's some dollar signs. Know they sick as fuck. Know they sick as fuck. Tell them get well soon. Tell them get well soon. Know you sick as fuck.